This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Adam Smith here in the aftermath of what I've just heard you call a brutal performance there from Anthony Joshua. The word says it all, but what did we just see against Francis Ngannou?
A beautiful brutality, really. I mean, it was a crushing, devastating knockout win. I thought the fight was over, really, after the first round. The right hand was just lethal. Ngannou was in trouble in his corner, and then he came back bravely out. When he went down the second time, the referee should have stopped it there and then. There was no point in going on. It was clinical. It was really impressive from AJ tonight. And I know the naysayers will say it was only a two-fight novice, but Francis Ngannou, showed against very, very poor Tyson Fury that he could box, and he had power, and he knocked him down. And I think that people were underestimating AJ and not talking about how hard he hits. Everyone was going on about Francis Ngannou's power and how it's frightening, and I'm sure it is, but he's in the ring with a knockout specialist too, and he found out that tonight. And look, it was a really brave, courageous thing for Ngannou to do, to go and fight Fury and then Joshua, but boxing's boxing, and it reminds me a little bit of Mayweather McGregor. It reminds me a little bit of a Lennox Lewis, an old Lennox Lewis performance, like when he destroyed Andrew Golota, or even before that, Razor Ruddock. And AJ's got a long way to go before we can call him as good as Lennox Lewis. Same with Tyson Fury. Lennox, in my opinion, is the greatest heavyweight we've had, and still is. But the manner of victory tonight and the pressure that he's always under, I think he's found with Ben Davison a great double act. I think that he's learning. I think Ben's a great trainer for him, and I'm seeing a better Anthony Joshua each time. Against Otto Wallin he was good, and people were saying, oh, Wallin was a B-level fighter. Now they're saying Ngannou was no good. That's all the criticism. He can only do what he can do and beat who's in front of him. And the improvement he's had in the last 6-8 months has been dramatic. Look, he lost to Usyk twice. Let's see what happens with Fury and Usyk. But listen, if Joshua and Fury meet in the ring now, no one's going to know who's going to win, and that's what we want.
That's what I was about to ask you, not in terms of who's going to win, but on the back of tonight, how big is a potential Fury-Joshua fight now?
It's absolutely massive, but I guess the problem is, A, Fury can lose to Usyk. Then would you have a third Usyk-AJ fight? Well, Fury will have the rematch. There's a rematch, so 2 fights. When does that fight happen? Joshua can't keep still. He's got to fight again. Got to keep this momentum. Will he fight Filip Hrgovic for the IBF title? That's the natural one, and become a 3-time champion, and then fight the winner of the others. But if that becomes vacant, then there's the undisputed. I mean, the belts. To be honest, we all want an undisputed champion, but we also want to see who is the greatest. And the trouble is that Usyk's beaten Joshua twice. If Usyk beats Fury, you've got to say he's number one and the king, absolutely. But if he doesn't and Fury wins, who is? But styles make fights. He couldn't work out Usyk. Usyk was too good for him technically. But Joshua on that form, would he like to go back? And Usyk getting a bit older? There's so much out there. And then you throw into the mix all the others. I mean, Zhilei Zhang, 2 knockdowns tonight, and then just went asleep and plodded his way home and almost came to a standstill, didn't he? But there's Daniel Dubois, who's waiting. He had a good win last time. Dillian Whyte, I know, is back now, so Deontay Wilder will surely come again after that performance last time. So it's brilliant that these fights are being made, and I'm just really happy for Anthony Joshua. We've worked together for a long time. He moved companies to DAZN, but it was, I still personally have a great relationship with him and his team, and I just know he's always been under pressure and criticised, and he's rammed those critics right down their throats tonight. I thought it was a brilliant performance, and no one can take it away from him, despite the fact that he was fighting a 2-fight novice. I mean, it was just the manner of victory, absolutely devastating.
Adam, it's a pleasure to catch up with you as always. Obviously, safe travels back home. I'm sure I'll see you back there soon.
Safe travels, Andy. I've got to get a flight, and then I'm heading to the Midlands to do the GBM Sports Show with Izzy. So I've got Coventry tomorrow night in a few hours, actually. So I've got to get the flight and get home.
You've got to get some sleep as well somewhere, Adam.
When that's happening.